And here we are, another week of Ultimate Hoops. Oh man, it was a lot better the second week through, at least in Ajax, and Vaughn kind of was a lot better. It was a little more competitive.
Saw got some games. Vaughn was a little more competitive as well last week. Vaughn, you guys stepped it up. Like we said, show up, and you guys showed up.
Yeah.
Hashtag show up. You guys showed up. I appreciate it. But Ajax, let's get started with Ajax. What was going on at Ajax?
So Ajax was a very interesting night for me. The team that actually stood out to me the most in week one, Assassins, they got blown out this week by the previous champions who lost the week before.
Yeah.
But the difference this week was Firing Squad had their entire squad show out.
So they were firing.
So they were ready.
Yeah.
They were ready. The score was 64-45. To be honest, for Assassins, no one this week really stood out the most. It looked like the guys were sluggish, they were tired, they weren't really getting into offense too well, they were struggling with a lot of things. It wasn't the same Assassins that we saw from the previous week, who could initiate their offense and was running back on defense, etc., etc. Firing Squad came out like champs. They came out like champs. They showed why they won a championship, even with their new couple new players. They had Andrew Black, who is astonishing. He went 7 for 9.
Wow.
7 for 9.
Yeah, that stat right
11
there. 11
rebounds.
Yeah.
Double-double.
Double-double easily. That's their standout player right there.
And they had Chael doing the same thing, 5 for 10. You know, he's very we You find him on the court, he does the same things, similar things all the time, but he knows how to work within his own game, which is really important. We have Brian back, shooting the threes as normal, and the captain Phil.
Why aren't they getting Robert more looks? He was 3 for 3. 1 for 2 from the free throw. 7 points. 7 rebounds.
One of these days, we're really going to break down some gameplays, and I'm going to show you guys. Robert, to me, he's kind of like a Zach Randolph. He's got a mid-range shot.
Yeah.
He's got a close to mid-range shot, and he's got great posts because he's got a big body, so he can get in there.
Yeah.
You'd think they would feed the ball in the post a lot more because he always gets easy buckets.
Yeah.
I play with the guy personally, and there's not too many guys who can stop him down low. So,
I mean, he's 100%. That speaks for itself. Give him the ball, guys. Give Robert the ball. Get him the ball. I mean, 3 for 3, 100%. I mean, Andrew's not shooting bad. Chael's not shooting bad either, but there's not many things better than perfect. So you guys got to feed him the ball some more. 7 and 7.
With the 4 offensive rebounds,
there you go.
He picks up. He cleans up the glass very well.
Good.
Like I said, he's like Zach Randolph. You had Dave Mills this time, and and he was doing his thing. He brought decorum to the team, which he's a very important role to them. So I was very happy for Firing Squad. They did what they came out and did what they were supposed to do. But we're gonna move on to the second game. The second game was great. The second game went down to the wire. Literally last shot. It was Pull-Up Gang versus Mornell Court.
So Pull-Up Gang pulled a Pull-Up Gang.
They had the lead for majority of the game.
Yeah.
Then it started bouncing back towards the late ender half of the game, and I don't know how Mornell Court pulled it off, but they pulled it off. Their star player, Kevon, he came out, and I remember I was at the scorer's table as I normally am, and he's like, how are you going to sub out your best player? So he was throwing a little bit of a tantrum for a little bit, as their star player would.
Yeah.
Then he came back in the last 2 minutes, then he brought them to victory. It was a really tight game. You have Pull-Up Gang with previous champion and the captain, Jonathan Harvey, on the court saying, this is my court. This is my court. He's trying to make a statement. Then you got Mornell Court with all their new guys, with some previous champions on their squad too, saying, nah, we're here to take over. We're here to prove. We lost last week, but we're not losing no more.
Nope.
And to me, when I look at Mornell Court, they got the best athletic talent because they got a pro player on their team.
Definitely.
They got the best athletic talent on their squad. So to me, Mornell Court should be the team to beat. They just got to come together as a team and pass the ball a lot more. They play a lot of one-on-one ISO ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it works for them in their offense, but they'll probably score a lot more points if they move the ball a lot more. Pull-Up Gang, you guys got to take your threes. Take your threes.
Yeah, no hesitation.
No hesitation. You have the name Pull-Up Gang, so take your threes. I like seeing you guys shoot because all of you guys can shoot. Literally every single person on the team can shoot threes.
Wow, that's pretty good. All right, and we're gonna go skip right to Mississauga. We're gonna go right to Mississauga. The west, and from the east to the west, and then we're gonna go north. But we had a couple good games. Actually, one pretty good game. That's pretty much it. The other games were pretty much blowouts. Teams showing out. Shout out to Chris Genuine, who I like to call. He went off 38 points. I mean, it was pretty much a large lead throughout the whole game. Soldiers were really, pushing the ball, passing the ball, pushing the ball, rebounding, communicating on defense, grabbing the open man, pushing, being aggressive on the offensive end, cutting, passing, setting picks, doing all of the necessary things, which you can see in the score, 69-42 for the Wolves. Oswald really tried to keep his team in there. I like to call him the old school. He's an American guy, pretty good. He's really good. He has a good mid-range shot. But
they had no subs.
No
painful.
Subs. Yeah, very painful. No subs. 44 minutes of just straight through playing. But Oswald, shout out to Oswald. He tried to hold his team down. 20 points. 5 rebounds. The only thing that I can say,
much from there.
No, you can't at all. The only thing I can say about that is you guys got to pass the ball a little more. 4 assists for the whole team.
Versus the 11.
Versus 11 for the Soldiers.
Soldiers had a great steal game. As I can see, they got 14 team steals.
Yeah,
so that means their defense was working really, really well together.
Really well.
Sticky defense.
Yeah, like I said, they were
like
communicating. They were definitely communicating on the ends. What else can we say about this game? Shout out to Genuine, 38 points once again, man.
That's pretty nice, Chris Sam Dio.
Yeah, Chris Sam Dio. And we're gonna go skip to a very, very aggressive game, amazing game. Went to overtime. Or we're gonna go to Black Mambas. We're gonna go to the Black Mambas Eagle game. That was the last game of the evening. I played it on the Eagles. We got our butts whooped. Nagy and Asher really showed out. Nagy with 25 and 7 assists. Nagy, last season, a lot of guys were saying, he has trouble passing the ball, moving around the ball when the ball gets to him and sticks.
7 assists, 0 turnovers. You can pass.
Yeah, there you go.
You can pass.
That says a lot right there. So 25 points and 7 assists, that says a lot. And Asher with almost a triple-double, 17, 9, and 9. Asher, I like Asher's game. He can shoot, he can pass, he can rebound when it's time to rebound, but he just does the necessary things. That's what I like about this team. Yeah,
does whatever it takes.
That's what I like about the Black Mambas. There's different roles that different guys take up at different times, at different mantles. They don't all play at one specific role. They don't come into the game saying, hey, you're going to be the playmaker, you're going to be the scorer, because they have so much guys that can do so much things. Like I said, like Paul didn't even score, and Paul is like one of their main contributors. And another Paul Esplin, mid-range, who can score. He can go off for 30 if he wants to, or 40, but he only went off for 10, because that's just showing you that the team they play well within their boundaries, and they know how to communicate, and they know how to play with each other.
I like that. I see they got 24 assists. I love my passing. Great passing, boys.
Huge.
Great
big
passing.
Difference.
24 assists with a team of only 1 turnover.
Yeah.
One turnover.
And that's a big thing. And that's the big thing that I was saying last week, because that was my previous team from last week. Previously, we only had 3 assists, and now that up by 21. So that's a great job on that end.
Men's basketball, you got to know how to pass the ball.
You definitely do. As opposed to R6, we had 21 rebounds. We did pretty well on the rebounds. Turnovers, only had 3 turnovers. I would say that we just need to communicate more, especially on offense. There was a couple plays, where guys were able to trap in the corner or come behind and steal the ball, or whatever the case is. Just you got to communicate. Make sure that we're communicating where we're going to be. Make sure we're going to communicate on the cuts.
Being loud on the court is very, very important. You see me, hey! Yeah. Every single time. You just got to be like,
definitely got to call it out.
No matter what position you play.
Yeah, I definitely hear you on that, Leon. But let's get to the TNT game of the night. Gaines versus 3-ball. Woo! Great game. Great game. Went to overtime.
Jeez.
3-ball, I keep saying this. They're my favorite team in Mississauga. 23 points for Jordan, 20 points for Jamar, 20 points for Yusuf, 22 points for Michael.
Jeez.
It's so evenly distributed and so evenly. Like, everything about this team just speaks in volumes, from the assists to the rebounds to the communication to the defense. 19 assists, 5 steals, 4 turnovers, 33 rebounds. I mean,
so how did the Gaines keep it close with only 6 assists?
I mean, they kept it close with Eugene. Their new additions, Eugene and Peter, I believe, are
Peter
huge.
Rusick,
Yeah.
okay, with 33 points.
33 points.
And Eugene with 21 points.
Yeah, they're big pickups. Like, Eugene is a big man. He's about 6'6", I'd say, 6'5", 6'6", maybe even 6'7". He can shoot the 3 ball. He can pound it inside. As you can see, 2 for 3 from the 3-point, 9 for 11 for the field goal. Fouled out in the overtime. Like, he's a huge part of that team. And Eddie didn't even play. So this is a team that's looking very, very scary for 3-ball, especially going into the playoffs. I mean, they still have their gunners like Mustafa and Zane and Kareem and obviously Eddie, but adding Eugene and Peter just makes this team a top favorite. Even though the 3-ball did come away with the win, like I said, Eddie didn't play, and Eddie is one of their main contributors. I like to call Eddie DeMarcus Cousins because his game is. It reminds me of DeMarcus Cousins, but
3-ball out rebounded the Gaines, and that gave him more opportunity to score a lot more. So it worked definitely in their benefit by rebounding the ball. High scoring game.
Definitely.
85-75.
Definitely. I mean, it came down to the wire. Like I said, it went to overtime. I mean, this is a potential rematch, Cavs versus Warriors type situation.
Jeez.
This is definitely a game that had a lot of people jumping and had a lot of people excited because this is a really good game.
Even every percentage is like really close.
Good.
3-point is 42 for the Gaines, 43 for 3-ball. So like they're close in all their stats. That's really those are the kind of games that we love to see. We love to watch.
Definitely. Like I said, this is like my favorite game. 3-ball, one of my favorite teams. But Gaines, watch out for Gaines. Watch out for Gaines, definitely.
So here we are at the joint spot, Vaughn, Wednesday nights.
Raise the roof. Vaughn in the house. We had no close games. Oh no, we had one close game.
We had one, yeah. The last one
game,
was close. It was a buzzer beater.
I mean, Bears and Ninjas. I didn't see it coming close. Tyrone, Udre, Jason. That trio right there just speaks for itself.
You know what I want to see from Jason? I want to see Jason start earlier. It takes Jason a while to get into his groove. And it's not because he can't get into his groove. I don't believe it's because he can't get into his groove. I think it's because he just doesn't try. He doesn't try to get into his groove. I want to see him start the game with a bang and see what his team can really do from the get-go with him playing. Because as you can see, Jason was 10 for 15.
Wow. 2 for 3.
Yeah.
3. I mean, you're right. You're definitely right. That would be a big thing because, I mean, even if you don't feel as if you don't have to put your pedal to the metal, you're going to be facing teams like the Mafia with Jeremy and Sinai, who can shoot the lights out, and they play with aggression. So I'd say definitely watch out for that matchup.
And Jason puts down a couple dunks for us every single.
Oh yeah, he does. He puts on the Carmelo.
Carmelo little dunk. He gets above the rim, but he doesn't want to put it down too hard. So he just does
Next
his
time,
thing.
Jason, throw it down.
Throw it down real hard.
Yeah, throw it down.
But this is Vaughn. We're gonna move on to the next game. The next game was Mafia.
And Venom.
Mafia are making a statement. They're 2-0 right now in the season.
Definitely.
Jeremy feels like he got stolen. Almost had a triple double or quadruple?
Almost a quadruple.
Yeah, almost had a quadruple double. So here's some stats for you. He had 19 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and 6 steals.
Who does this? Jeremy does. Last week I said Sanel be your main contributor. I take that back. Jeremy
doing everything.
Everything. Jeremy do
LeBron
it all.
James.
He's LeBron
James
right now. Jeremy do it. Last season he scored 60 points. That's still the league high. That's still the league best. That's still pretty much the high standard. So Jeremy, yes, this is Jeremy's team. This is definitely a Jeremy type game. Jeremy is pretty much
52-53. I remember he was getting upset because the team, they were up by 20 points and he was still getting mad at his team. He holds his team accountable for what they do. So he was calling them out, saying, "Guys, come on, get together. You shouldn't be messing up like that. Guys, come on, pick up your man, defense." And they did really well. They had 13 steals overall as a team.
Wow.
13 steals.
Yeah, he's definitely a leader. I'd say Jeremy is definitely a leader. Would you agree?
100%, 37 rebounds, and they had 20 assists. So the ball movement was there.
Yeah, definitely. As opposed to their 9 assists.
Yes.
Venom, you guys got to do a lot better. I mean, even if you feel like the talent caliber, this is the thing about basketball. People look at the talent caliber that they're facing and tend to get intimidated or tend to get scared. When this is a game of basketball, it's putting the ball in the hoop, making your game easy. It's not about the fancy dancy. It's not about the dunking. It's not about the layups. It's about making your basket and making it easier for your team. So, I mean,
moving the ball is the first step to making easy buckets for
definitely
yourself.
The first step. Getting cuts, getting rebounds, communicating, and setting picks, and making things easier for your team. You don't want to go in there intimidated. You want to go in there feeling like you can beat every team. But shout out to Venom. They came out.
Can I get a hashtag for Venom? Show up.
Show up.
Show up.
Show up.
That probably killed you guys too.
Yeah, it did.
No bench.
No bench. Wop, wop, wop. Show
I
up.
personally cannot play a full game. I would be completely burst.
Yeah, dead. Especially if I'm contributing heavy on the offensive end too. Yeah, definitely.
And the game of the night.
Wow.
The game of the night.
Pirates and Lions, but Lions are still 2-0.
Lions are still 2-0, but the game of the night.
Wow.
It went down to the wire, remember?
It did go down to the wire, yeah, and he missed the last shot.
Yeah, he missed the last shot. We were telling he was like fluctuating between taking too many shots sometimes to taking enough shots. Like he was bouncing somewhere in between. But he was a great energy for the team. It was Nicholas, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nicholas,
yeah, he held this team down. I really like I like the Lions. They have a good team. They move actually they don't move the ball. Two assists.
No, remember they were moving the ball too much.
Yeah, true.
It was messing up their offense. They were moving the ball too much. There were too many extra passes, and it was becoming readable for the offense every single time because they had 13 turnovers by the end. But Lions had turnovers too. They had 12 turnovers. Turnovers is never a good thing. No. You should never have more than 5 turnovers collectively as a team.
Yeah, definitely. I agree, Leon. I definitely agree.
Protect the ball.
Yeah, turnovers is a big thing. That's easy. That's easy offensive points right there. I mean, no matter how you look at it, turnovers create an easy offense. So yeah, turnovers is a big thing.
But I believe Pirates can pull out a victory. They're 0-2. Don't let it put them down a little. I think after last week they showed their competitiveness spirit. They can definitely bounce in this league. They can bounce back and get a win this next week.
Definitely. I believe they can have a strong run to the finals. We'll see.
I remember the first half, it was like Lions all the way. Lions had the lead. Then all of a sudden, the Pirates came out of nowhere. And we're on the sidelines. We're like, what's going on? What's happening? How they come back? How's this game still close? And they kept on breaking away. Then they came back. Breaking away, they came back.
Then it came down to the wire.
Yeah, it came down to the wire. One last shot. Unfortunately, it didn't go down. I was on the edge of my seat.
I was. He had an open look too, so. I mean, maybe next time. Hopefully, they get a win this week.
I'll give him the ball again. I'll give him the ball again to take a shot. I'll give him the ball.
That confidence just shows. Give him the ball. If he's able to take it, take the ball. But yes, here we are. Once
that
again,
wraps it up.
I'm Jamar Henry.
Leon Christopher.
And we out, baby! Yeah!